everyone, so this is step 4 with your mat training. What we're going to start doing now is building in more distraction with your dog being able to stay on the mat. So the same thing in terms of rewarding, you're just going to be calmly reinforcing your dog staying on the mat, ideally in a relaxed position, in a down preferably. You can start working on this with them just in the sit, but I would preferably have that down on a mat quite secure before you bring in the more distractions. So all I'm going to be doing now is just kind of pretending I'm doing normal stuff at home. So it might be that I'm going to go and open and shut the stair gate, for instance, and I'm just going to come back and reward her for being on the mat. I might open it again and I might come back and reward her on the mat. I might come towards the chair, just to push the chair in. I'm going to go back and I'm going to reward her on the mat. Okay, I might even start doing a bit of sound desensitization. So a knock on the wall, for instance, is not to promote any kind of reaction. It's still to be calm on the mat. So those of you who are struggling at home, maybe with your dog reacting to noise and noise sensitivity, maybe knocking on the door or the doorbell, this is when you can start bringing in some of those different sounds. Good girl, very nice. Those of you that are working with a dog that reacts to the doorbell, what I would suggest for you is to see if you can change the ringtone on your doorbell, first and foremost. Most modern doorbells you can do that. And what I would do is take a recording on your phone of the new ringtone and then switch the ringtone back to the old one. And then while you're doing your mat settle training, you can bring in the noise of the new ringtone, your new doorbell ringtone on your phone at a very low volume to start with. Play the ringtone and then feed your dog on the mat. So what you're doing is you're creating a different response to your doorbell, your new ringtone. That doorbell triggers on my mat in a settle position. Okay, so you can do this with lots of different noises depending on what your dog is reacting to. Good girl. So that's your step 4. Just add a little bit of distraction, whether it's movement, some noise, and see if your dog can stay. Don't forget to keep going back and rewarding them. Don't be stingy with your rewards of this exercise. Just use their normal dinner if you're worried about feeding them too many treats. If you feed raw, then you could look at switching to a dehydrated raw while you're training this, or feed a dehydrated raw with your normal raw food, or some just dehydrated meat treats. But if you do that, just make sure you cut down their normal food in the bowl. Okay. The other thing you can start bringing in at this point is maybe a more long-lasting chew or a stuffed Kong on the mat, just to get a bit more duration and a bit more relaxation. But that's something we can look at in the next session.